Hello guys, and welcome back to Quest for 2000, and actually, God no, why would I want to do that? Okay, so playing at 15:10 time controls, and the goal is, of course, over the course of the series, to reach 2000 rating in this skill level, and you're going to watch my quest to it. And this isn't playing because I know a lot of people are like, why don't you do Tactics Trainer and show us you doing that? Because I can't tic-tacs and commentate at the same time. That's basically what it boils down to. I can play a game and tic-tac and comment, but not while doing tactics that require me to be very quick on the draw. In a game with 15:10 time controls, yes. When I have 5 seconds to solve a 5-move tactic, no. Plus, this is a lot more fun. And yeah, so as soon as I get a game, we should be able to succeed here. Yeah, no, I prefer playing 15:10. I'm not playing that quickly. And I get white. Obviously, I'm going to play e4. Oh! It actually tells you the opening that you're using. That's pretty cool. King's Gambit! And when I can, I'm going to play the King's Gambit. I may or may not be addicted to the opening. So, there's that.
No shit.
It's fun to play. It's when I say addictive, I love playing an attack. Okay. Plays a variation of the Cunningham. Okay. I can deal with that. Because this does look like a Cunningham position.
Looks like your mom,
And of course the Cunningham is King's Gambit, Knight F3, Bishop E7. This one we inserted D6 and D4 in between him playing Bishop E7. And of course, the correct response whenever your opponent plays the Cunningham is Bishop C4, and if he wants to play Bishop H4, your king is perfectly safe on F1. You could tell how much I play the King's Gambit because I know exactly what I'm doing in this position. I know exactly where I am.
Oh, that explains why you win so much.
Okay, Knight F3. Okay, so I'm trying to remember exactly how you defend this pawn, or if you do, because I don't remember if you do. No, I don't think you actually do. Yeah, no, you don't. You just castle. And the reason why you do this is because if your opponent wants to... Okay, and here's the other thing. Then you move e5. If he moves d5, you put your bishop on d3 and you have a fairly good attack. But if he takes, you actually have two options. You can not retake with anything, or you can do what I like to do, which is retake with the knight. Because you don't want to trade queens in the King's Gambit, at least not immediately.
But I like taking your queens, just like you take I can't.
And the reason why you don't want to trade queens in the King's Gambit as white is because you're number one, you're sacrificing a pawn. I'll even admit this, as somebody who loves playing the King's Gambit, I'll even admit this. This pawn sacrifice is dubious in some regards. When it comes... I mean, there is very real compensation in these two open files. Open in the case of the E file and semi-open in the case of the F file. There's very real compensation there, but how effective it is admittedly dubious. So it really is on you to prove that your sacrifice is worth it. And I like to take here because this knight is really hard to evict. Sure, you can play this here, but I could defend it with the bishop, and now I've got a lot more firepower, and it's even harder to evict that. So there's no real purpose to trying to kick this knight. So you kind of have to live with it. So I've kind of achieved what I want to do, which is achieve good, solid development coordinating in this area which, of course, if you're not paying attention, f7 is kind of weak. And pretty soon I'm going to be getting my bishop. I'm probably going to get my bishop to here, and then I may or may not move it out of the way. But I'm going to have to find the square where it does the most when I move it out of the way. That way I get my rook going along that file too. And, of course, when my queen gets there, it's going to be even more brutal. Now, of course, he also can't play this bishop g4 move anymore because I can take it with the knight g4. And then if he takes, I've just won a piece. And sure, he gets a pawn with check. Actually, no. That would be interesting. If he played that, that would be interesting because he would get the piece back. But I don't think it's all that effective of... Yeah, because I can just take this and... This is going to be interesting. If he plays bishop g4, I'm going to have to determine whether or not it's okay to completely liquidate, trading 2 minor pieces, or if it's better for me to... Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. I'm very curious as to what my opponent is thinking about right now. Like, is he doing some sort of deep sacrifice? Whenever your opponent thinks for a long time, you do have to wonder what he's thinking. Like, what is he analyzing that's taking so long?
Yeah, but I don't know. He's just, honestly, I think I have more like salami. And
I think part of it, I'm really not sure. Okay. This is interesting. I'll say that much. Obviously, I could just let him take it and reroute my knight, or I can't move it back to d3 as much as I'd love to.
I was gonna say why not the other one.
Because that would be giving up another pawn, and it would be allowing my knight to get kicked way too easily. Though, actually, I can move it because it doesn't actually sacrifice this pawn because I've got a really nice move. So d3 is actually a very solid move for me. Bishop d3 is a good solid move. It took me a second to realize that I could win the queen if he actually took that piece. It's not really a trap, as this is a good move anyway. And that's the problem with traps, is you can't really think too... Yep, okay. Oh, I forgot about that. That's a check. Okay.
Okay, you're in it. Ooh, good. We put you in the corner.
I completely forgot that it was a check. Yeah, okay. Well, that's okay. I'm going to get him kicked around a good bit, so there's a little bit less concerned, though he's going to play that. I'm tempted to not even care about that. Just get active, because I've already sacrificed some material, albeit very dubious sacrifices. Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to get as much compensation as I can. I want to get rid of that knight as soon as I can as well. I'm gonna play this, and let's see if he gets developed or he moves his queen. If he gets developed, well, I win. Okay, cool. So you're more concerned.
Don't listen to me.
Yeah. So obviously I don't want to trade queens as I'm already down material. That would be kind of, silly of me. Yep, okay. Now, how do I want to take care of this? Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to play here.
I think that'll jump. That's nicer vehicles.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play here I should have realized that that was a check, which is something that I typically it's a normal blind spot I have in the King's Gambit, and you always have to be aware of it. But it is a blind spot I have, and I've been trying to fix it for a long time, but it's very difficult to do.
Idiot.
And I'm very tempted to see if I can
Still win.
not. I want to. I really want to attack this spot because it's definitely vulnerable. Okay, he wants to trade queens, and I obviously don't want to do that.
Wow.
Again, like I said, you never want to trade
It's
queens.
the coolest thing ever.
Though that does give me a really nice. Ooh! I actually have a. I'm actually in a better position than I thought I was.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this. I know it's a cheapo threat.
That's like crazy. Oh my god, that's awesome.
I know it's a really cheapo threat.
Yeah. But that is so cool. Like honestly, I looked up renting cars like that. It's like $1,000 a day to like $5,000 depending on what you want.
Okay, so we're gonna play this. If he plays here, then I've got this, I guess.
So I can see the $300 an hour. That makes sense, honestly.
Okay, we're gonna play this. I'm not entirely positive how I'm gonna turn this into
Yeah.
a good thing for me. I'm kind of just fighting. I'm kind of just fighting as hard as I can to, last as long as I can.
What the fuck?
Because I'm kind of,
High performance vehicle.
Fucked up the ass.
I'm not in a good position, to say the least.
So fucked up the ass.
That is fucking gay as hell. Fucking gay fuckers.
If I take the knight, I don't really have anything. I'm going to play this and just... I'm going to try and survive. That's kind of the goal. If by move 35, I don't have anything for this, I'm probably just gonna resign.
Well, hold, you're actually gonna resign a game? As a first.
Though.
No, I didn't say. I meant you said you were gonna teach me to drive a stick shift. My question was, can I even drive a manual?
Same thing.
I mean, I could double up rooks here.
I was trying to make a joke.
I could double up the rooks. That's not a terrible idea.
About my driving.
Yeah, because Kendra can't drive. We all know this.
Yeah, exactly. And you're saying, oh, I'll teach you how to drive a stick, and I'm like, dude, I can't drive a manual.
A manual is a stick shift.
Emmanuel is also the name of... Oh, sorry guys for watching the commentary. I make horrible jokes, especially when I'm losing.
You weren't even gonna make a horrible joke.
You know what? Let's play... Yeah, I'm gonna play this. Come on, take it, buddy. Take it. I dare ya.
Take the pawn. Yeah, we knew he wasn't.
Oh, that's stupid.
Okay. And now I can play... play this, I guess.
You guess you're playing really stupid.
Yeah, because I don't have a lot to go on here. I'm kind of not in the best position, to be very, very honest.
Were you ever in the best position?
Okay.
I just realized I made a joke.
Do I even have anything?
Probably not.
Play here is... I guess I have to move my queen here.
I should have moved my queen where you were gonna move it, but that's only because I would see this.
Yep, I knew he was going to play that move. I can play this and try and get some compensation, I guess. I mean, at this point, it's probably just best if I resign. So, anyway, we all know what happened there. I kind of just...
Said fuck it up the ass.
I derped. I made one mistake when I was in a really good position. Okay. I do not understand why he moved his bishop there. I'm just going to take the free tempo. And I know I shouldn't be moving that, but this is just to catch him off guard. Okay. Clearly, he's, just trying for the cheapo tactic. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to validate that. Of course, I wanted to move. I wasn't going to be castling that direction anyway. I don't care if he takes that. Because if he takes that, I'm getting the bishop, and he's kind of, lost in the woods, so to speak. He doesn't really have much... Especially now that I've got a rook on the 7th, that's actually a beneficial defensive move. And I'm going to try and get you a different game. Okay, so he defends that pawn. I'm going to go ahead and defend mine as well. And I could probably very quickly... Yeah, I'm going to be getting developed really quickly here. This is just going to look like a very strange game. Yeah, it doesn't matter if he takes that pawn, because then he's developing my rook for me. If he takes it, I'm not going to take it back. Yep, okay. I'm going to play this. If he takes it, not taking back. Okay, if he takes there... Yeah, and if he plays this, I'm going to play that. Okay, go here. And now he can't castle on either side. That's kind of why I decided not to just take the knight, is because he ruined the structure on the king side. Okay, cool. You know what? I want the open. I want an open F file. I like the idea of that. Why can't I take... Okay, fine. I'll just take that. Of course, you're probably going to take the rook, but... Ooh, that's actually a really nice square. That's not the worst possible square I could get. So I'm getting 2 minor pieces for a... Math's getting a little bit difficult. When I say the math, I mean the piece math. Obviously, I can't take a rook, but I can threaten the queen if he's not paying attention. Okay, well, he decided not to go into the weeds, which I was personally more than okay for going into the weeds. And now I'm going to play bishop h4, and I think I'm kind of dominating the game right now. This knight, I'm not sure where it's going, to be very honest with you. But I need to clear out as many pieces as I can get. Okay, we're going to play that. There's zero purpose for him moving his bishop here. Okay. And I'm going to play this. Okay, so he defends that. Good to know. Can I attack that bishop? Let's see. Well, I can put this rook here, and I'll be attacking this pawn, which could very, very likely screw his entire game up. I almost want to put my queen on this file too, just because that would be brutal. I think putting a rook, moving this rook to f7 and then sliding the queen on over to f8. I think that's probably what I'm going to do.
You're so mean.
And I'm going to play one more game for y'all. Since I haven't actually recorded this series in a while, I'm going to do 3 games. Okay. I can be happy. I can be happy if you only let me play there.
Wait, you can be happy?
Okay, so now I'm going to put this piece here, and you're kidding yourself if you think that, white is in a good position. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to... Yeah, okay, so I can safely play this. I can put this piece here, and if he takes my bishop, I put my queen there, and he hasn't taken any pressure off of this square. And as a matter of fact, I'm also threatening this pawn, so... The virtues of the open F-file. And of course I'm going to take that, develop my piece. Obviously I'm going to get this piece involved in the game, probably via F6, where I'm going to be attacking this pawn. I'm not entirely positive how this is going to work. Obviously, if he attacks a queen, I can be happy with trading queens. Or, boom, boom. Okay. Let me do a little bit of deep calculation here. So if I take here, he takes my queen, I take his queen, I'm not sure what he plays here. Maybe he tries to attack one of my rooks. Then I play here, moves his king to b2, or I'm sorry, b1. I play to b2. If he moves back, I checkmate. If he moves it to b1, I go here, and I have a perpetual. I'm not sure if I have a win, though. That said, I probably have a win in the long run because I've got more pawns on the queen side. So it's an interesting calculation to make. I just prefer this because it's a little bit easier for me to calculate. It's probably equally as good. This is probably the best option. And I have a few pawns ahead, and I think I have a better position. So we're gonna play this, get the knight involved, except it's gonna be a little bit weird. Well, I mean, I'll take the... thank you for allowing me to put my rook on a really nice square. I appreciate it. Yeah, okay, so it defends that. If I fix his pawns for him. Okay, so we're going to play this, I guess, and then move up to here and get my knight involved. Because I want to move this pawn a little bit. Though I'm not sure how exactly this is going to happen. He's probably going to try and trade the rook because it's kind of isolated there. But since he can't threaten it with the bishop, he has to threaten it with another rook. I think I'll be fine. Okay. You know, I'm perfectly okay with that. And if he plays this, well, I'm getting another free pawn. Okay. Let's play this. If he wants to trade the rook, yeah, okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. He's going to try and take this pawn, but again, like I said, I'm perfectly okay with that.
You know what? Stop saying. There's a reason that that's on there freaking twice. I hate it when you do that, baby.
Okay. So I'm about to see.
Did I hear what you're about to lose?
No, I'm not about to lose. I was about to say I'm about to lose a pawn here. I'm perfectly okay with that though because I can do that. And I'm of course working on my own. And of course I can block it with a knight in, oh, derp. I'm actually about to lose more than one pawn. Okay, that's good to know.
No, that's not.
I should have actually defended that pawn. That probably was the best option. I'll go ahead and play this. He's going to move somewhere. I don't know where. So I'm going to have to move to here. But he is forgetting that I do. He is forgetting that I do. Okay, I don't know the reason for doing that. I can. Okay, no, he wanted to defend. Okay, that makes sense now. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. If I play here, I can attack that pawn. I'm going to have to just go in and try and get a perpetual, maybe. I'd love to be able to get to this square right here, the D2 square, but I don't think it'll happen. Because I do have to be very careful about these pawns, so if he moves...
Very, very careful. It's Bepsy. No, Duxy. Bepsy. Duxy.
Okay, let's play that.
I checked about myself.
Okay, let's play this. This could end horribly if I don't. Okay, so if I play here, okay, this could. Okay, let's play that. I mean, this game is going to be over. I'm just going to resign this game. And we're going to play a new one. Man, I'm losing points fast.
Is that the only... No, thank you. Shut up. You had an end.
And I think that was just because I played really poorly in the end game. I went into the end game with an advantage. But obviously... I couldn't maintain it, and this game's going to go very well for me. I highly suspect.
So you highly suspected that last game too.
Mainly because my opponent doesn't seem to actually care about how to play.
So they play like me.
And my opponent's just allowing me to get everything out, and is only concerned about getting that one pawn. So. Cool. Thanks for giving me some... I mean, I will happily take everything that you're handing me, because I kind of like the fact that you're only going after cheapo pawns. I don't care that you want pawns. I mean, I kind of have a lot better development than you. How do I want to take this one on? Yeah, let's go here. Okay, let's bring this extra rook in. Let's see what he does, because he can't castle to this side because this is a massive weakness. And he can't castle to this side because it's a massive weakness. Without bishops, it's never good to castle with this pawn formation, because you need that bishop there to protect your king. And I'm probably going to move this bishop here because this is a weak pawn, and I want to attack that. Though I almost want to bet that. Okay. I can do with that. That's not a problem for me. I'll take the pin. Thank you very much. And this is why you shouldn't be so desperate to win material. Like, it's great if you do win material, but don't actively seek to completely attack it all. I really want to put this bishop on this square. This is the position we're dealing with. I want to attack this direction.
Maybe Two Panthers will win tonight.
And I'm going to give you guys a really long episode. Okay, I'll go ahead and pin you there.
Guess you're not watching it all then.
Okay. This could be interesting. Yeah, I could win a piece like this. Okay, I'm gonna move my queen here, and he can't take it with a knight because it's pinned. Whoops. Don't accidentally set a print move. I mean, I know I can't legally do that, but of course he can't take that, so okay, he wanted to get rid of that possibility. I don't exactly blame him for that, but he did just lose the piece because he can't take this. Because the pawn is pinned as well. Okay, so I'm going to take that. He has to take with his king. Okay. Then I want to play this. Do I? No, that's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Okay. Actually, I'm going to play this, and I want to see if my opponent notices. Because that would be nice. Okay, so he does actually notice it. Well, I get his queen out of there.
Unless he takes your bishop.
And the reason he can't take it, because queen guards it.
I mean, he could be stupid like me and not see the queen.
And of course he defends it. I probably should have just taken it with this. Well, maybe not. I mean, it's very difficult for him to play this position because his king is out in the middle of the board. Okay, now he's moving it to somewhere where it's at least somewhat safe. And I use safe very loosely here. And if I play I'm sorry, not G5, F5, if he takes with this one, that's a decent sacrifice because I'm going to be getting my rook where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and play F5. I'm going to try and get you 2 wins today because that would be kind of nice for you guys to see that. Okay. Interesting. You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to give this piece back up for 2 pawns. Because I still have a massive, massive advantage. Which is, I mean, it's hard to explain exactly how much of an advantage I do have. Because I'm still on this pawn. I am still, I mean, sure, he's threatening checkmate here, but, I mean, that just literally, playing this little pawn move solves all of those problems. And it's one of those rare exceptions to the don't move a pawn in front of your king. Okay. Okay. He doesn't want to take that. I can live with that. That's perfectly okay, man. Perhaps he's looking to play this, which would be a good move from him. So what I am actually going to do, if he does play this, how do I want to deal with the potential? Because I still have to address, yeah, so that's, I think this is how I'm going to play that, because he was obviously looking to drop his rook here, but I still have to guard this rook, which is kind of in a pickle. He could take it, yes, but I don't think he will. As a matter of fact, I know he can't. Yeah, because if he played here, I was going to take this. No, wait, what? If he played here, I was going to take this pawn. So what I'm going to do is play the... Okay, and I was actually very tempted to play this sacrifice. Unfortunately, he did take it off the cards. Damn it.
Yes.
If he plays here, I can still take, and I'll be in very good position. If I play here...
Another snobbish baby. No.
I guess I'll move my king here.
They're not the snub.
Because I kind of do need to move my king here. Your king is typically safer on the queen side when you do put it on b1 or even a1. And plus, this is a good delaying move because I like my setup. And I like that if he plays this, I can take on e6 and I'm coming out ahead of it. So I had a good trade overall. Okay. If I take, he takes, I take, he takes. Okay, yeah, that would be a lost trade for me. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this rook up to here. Because that's going to allow me to bring my rook out to actually play. Okay, so he wants to play that game. He wants to play the waiting game. I can play the waiting game because I can always shuffle my king between these two squares. And if he ever takes here, I've got this, and I haven't lost any materials. As a matter of fact, I've gained an extra rook, or not an extra rook. I've gained an extra pawn. Okay, so he wants to play there. Obviously, he wants to do that to try and win that. So, what I want to do is I'm actually going to block it off with this move. Because, and the reason why I want to block it off with this move is because of this was a possibility. And yeah, while I wouldn't lose any material, it would still turn into a drawish game. So I just want to block it off and keep the pieces on as long as possible. So he still can't take here. I'm trying to debate how. I'm trying to figure out what I think he's going to do. Okay, so he wants to get his king in the corner.
Sounds like me.
Actually, I can just take this pawn. He undefended it, which allows me to win material. And it's also going to allow me to win this pawn. I think it'll allow me to win that pawn. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to get an extra pawn here, so I'm just going to retreat this. And let's see how he defends this pawn. Now, I had to move this rook, because if I took here and he took with the rook, I couldn't take his rook back, or else I was losing this one. Which, of course, obviously isn't a good thing for me. Okay, so he wants to defend it like that. However, if I play this, yeah. Okay, so this move is perfectly okay. And I know it's going to look strange that I'm sacrificing my rook, but he can't take with the queen, obviously. But he also can't take with this pawn because he just undefended this rook. Which means if he takes with the pawn, I capture here.
And check.
Which is, of course, check. And also, it's going to allow me to snag this pawn as well. So it's kind of a pseudo-sacrifice, but not really a sacrifice, because if he does take, I just win this piece. And I've been looking at sacrificing my rook on a rook on d5. It's for some time. just because I think it would have been a good move. I'm still debating how he's going to do this. I'm not entirely positive. He could try for something cheeky. I don't know. Or he could, well, then it'd be queen versus rook, and I think I'd have a few extra pawns in this case. Which would not be good for my opponent here. Violent picture. Oh, so he did take it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm going to happily take this extra pawn, and I wonder if he's going to try and keep the queens on or take them off. Okay, so he wants the queens on the board. Okay. So so how do I want to do this? Okay, so obviously he's wanting to target this just in case I move my queen off of this diagonal and target something else. You know, I may just play this. Yeah, I'm going to play this because he would have to move because his rook is now pinned to the queen. So if he moves it like over to here or to here, I kind of win. And of course it keeps my rook defended. And if I want, I can move it back up to here, and he's kind of losing a rook unless he wants to move his queen, unless he wants to move his king to here, and then I can just, you know, get rid of his king. So I think I have a slight advantage here. It's kind of difficult to tell. I'm also targeting this pawn, but I'm not sure if that'll matter. Okay, so he wants to move queen to here. Obviously, he's targeting that square. However, I can now safely take this pawn because I don't need to defend my rook because I'm taking care of everything. Now, if he plays, yep, expected him to play that. Therefore, I know it looks very strange, but actually, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to play here. And then I want to see if he notices what he's just done.
It's probably just doped up.
Because I'm in a fairly okay position. Okay, so he wants to obviously target that. How do I want to do this? Okay, so he's targeting that pawn. Take me away from you. There's nothing that I'll dream at all could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. So I'm going to go ahead and defend my pawn as best I can. It's kind of difficult because he has targeted both of them. And I can't undefend my pawn on b2. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play this. He can have my h2 pawn. It's not like it made a big difference in the grand scheme of things. But I'm going to go ahead and just get his king where I do not... somewhere where I can enjoy it. And actually one of the things I want to do... what I'm going to do is play this here. Oh, crap. I'm an idiot.
What did you do?
Yep, I knew it. God damn it, guys. I'm sorry about that. I made the mistake. I really wanted to... I thought I had that. I was winning that game the entire time, and I just...
How many, you said you were only playing 3 games. What is this?
I'm going to be playing until I get a win. That's basically what it boils down to.
This will be a
Okay.
long-ass episode.
Because I really want to leave you guys with a win.
I've already got my win for the night. I don't know what you're talking about.
And I really want to win. Because I just dropped basically 100 points here, which is not good, obviously. And we're going to go ahead and get that. I'm going to play that. Yeah, he really doesn't know how to develop. The only reason he won that is because I blundered hard. And I guess I can play that. I'm probably going to play b5 here. Why? Because I feel like it, honestly. So he wants to take that out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play that. And I kind of want to get this going because what it really is that my endgames suck. I'm not very good at the end game because I focus so much on the middle game. Okay, so he doesn't want to take that, and I don't understand what he's doing. I'm going to go ahead and play a6 because I don't want him to take on b5. Okay. Well, I'm going to play this because he's just made a horrible mistake. I mean, this is bad. This is really bad. So, obviously, I'm going to play this. The only way he can defend is by playing this, and then I'm going to take here. And I've got a lot of pins going. I've got a lot of really fun stuff going. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to play here. And if he moves here, I don't know if he can actually... If I play this, I have to play... Okay, so obviously the next thing I play is... Here, he can't take this. He can't take my knight without losing his rook. And the next thing I'm going to play is I'm actually going to put my bishop here on h3, and I think that's actually mate if he allows it. So he does have to take this. He does have to take my my knight. Let's see if he can figure that out.
20 says he can't because I couldn't.
Because I'm not sure if he can. He did not show a lot of skill in the middle game. Of course, I don't show a lot of endgame skill, so... That's probably the... Really? That's only a check? Oh, he can play that. Duh.
I'm Ben and I'm an idiot.
Well, he could, yeah. Yeah, that was derp. So, how do I want to do this? Do I just want to take it? Because I do want... Okay, so... I can play this. That gets his knight away, but it doesn't really help me. Actually... That gets... If I play this, he still takes this. That doesn't help me. And the reason why I'm taking time here is I know I have the game won. I just want to make sure it stays won. So if I check here... Okay. That seems like the obvious move. Yeah. Okay, so I want to try and kick... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and kick this knight. Because, worst case... Okay, so he can actually take... No, he can't. I forgot about that because king is pinned. So obviously I'm going to play this now. Check him again. Always repeat positions. I don't want to do this. Okay, I'll leave my bishop undefended and just attack his knight. I think that's best. If he takes the bishop, cool. I'm going to take his knight, and I think I win in this case.
Yeah, you said that the past couple games.
But then again, it is risky because he can play this, and that forces me to move my king to the corner. And he does get one tempo, but I don't think it's that big a deal in the long run. Okay, so he wanted to retreat. Okay. Like a good Frenchman he is. I'm going to go ahead and move my bishop to here. And he's actually an American, if you couldn't tell. But I just had to make a French retreating joke because they're freaking hilarious.
And you're evil.
Okay. Cool. Now I've got a mate in one. It isn't a mate in one? I don't think so. Well, if I play there, it's close to a checkmate in one.
It's either check or it's a checkmate, babe. There's nothing in between.
It's just that, yeah, he doesn't have any way to really defend his king. He's just kind of waiting for me to figure out how to end it.
Sounds like me.
Because if I play here, he actually... Ooh. Man, like I said, I really want to put my king here, or my queen here. Yeah, I just had a really good position out of the opening, and I capitalized on it when he made a mistake. I'm debating how I actually want to do this. I know this is going to be a long episode, you guys, but these are probably going to be a little bit longer, I guess, is the best way to put it. Just because I'm not going to record these as often. Come on. Are you going to play a move, buddy? Are you going to play a move? Of course he's not. I think he's taking his time for a good reason, I think. What's this button? Oh, okay, so I'm already as large as it can. Oh, okay, actually I like this a lot better. I like this a lot better. I get the whole screen. I may play with this mode a lot more. So, I'm looking at candidate moves for him, but none of them look good. Okay. Obviously, we're going to play this. If he plays with his rook, I, of course, play here. Okay. So, I'm going to play here. The obvious check. If he moves his rook, if he takes the knight if he takes the knight with his rook, I'm, of course, going to play my queen to here. And I'm still gonna, take material. Except now that he doesn't really have a way to get out of this. Like I said, he's gonna get a free tempo by playing this pawn here. But other than that, he's dead lost. And I don't think there's a real way to... Yeah, okay. So, obviously, I'm just going to play this. So, he's going to move his king to here. Now I get to check. I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything the right way. Okay, so don't go with the immediate check. Okay, so if I take here, yeah, I think this is probably the best option. Takes here. I'm going to move to here. Okay. Or, let me check, because I want to keep him off of this square, but there's no real good way for me to do that other than to play here. Okay, that was expected. Except I don't want to give him that. Okay, so we're going to go and play here. Part of this is I'm just trying to make sure that I'm getting him, because I should win this game easily. Okay. I'm just going to play this. Get it there. And now I definitely have an advantage. Okay, so he obviously just trying to, I guess, save face is the best way I could describe it. Not sure how he's going to. Okay. I'm not sure if he thought that part out.
Probably didn't.
Okay. Now I'm going to play this. No, actually I want to play here and focus on defending. No. Well, I got the next square controlled anyway. Like I said, if he plays this, I've got this, and then, of course, if he takes there, I've still got this rook here in reserve, so I'm confident about this game, but knowing my endgame skill, it could end very, very, very poorly for me. So I'm just going to play this. Exactly. I was about to say he's probably gonna play there. You know, I'm perfectly fine with trading queens if you are, bro.
How do you know it's not a go?
I am perfectly okay with trading queens. And let's see, if he takes, I take, and I mean, He has to be aware of this pawn, though. Especially considering I've got these pawn... I've also got this pawn going down this side of the board. I'm actually going to take it out of this mode just because I want to see what time we've spent. So longest he's spent on a move so far is 229, and the longest I spent is 109. And this is just in this game. And he's taken another long think, and I'm not really sure why. Let's see. It's kind of weird playing an opponent who... Oh, so he doesn't. If I play this... Okay, so I have to think about this. Okay, so play this, get the check, play here and defend the promotion, or not defend the promotion square, attack the promotion square. Okay. So now he has to admit that I'm going to promote. If he defends with the queen, I just trade queens and march this pawn up the board. And if he defends with the rook, I just put my queen here and win the game. So I've got a fairly good... I think I'm winning here. And again, guys, I'm sorry for the really long episode, but expect longer episodes now that... for this, at least this series, this is just so I can, you know... have a little bit of fun, relax, and like I said, the goal is to get to 2,000. You guys saw me drop a massive amount of rating points today. I think I started, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I lost 14, then I lost 21, then I lost 19. Okay, that's a lot of rating points to lose. And of course, I'm just going to put my king in the corner. It's the safest place for him. And again, like I said, he doesn't... Well, that just made this game really easy. Made it easy. And I win 19 back. So...
Yay,
So I'm kind of going back up now, so anyway, I'll be seeing y'all around, and thanks for watching. Take it easy. Have a nice day. Bye, guys.